Hi there, it's Breno here. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bodo.io and Magic Links. Um, this week I was doing a demo to an enterprise customer in Web3, and I figured out a little hack which I'm quite excited about because it helps us to do things a little bit faster in the demo to the customer, but more importantly, do make a nicer demo that helps them understand and visualize how things will be after they have integrated with our solution. So the solution that I was selling is an integration to Stripe that allows you to connect to your Stripe account and have and start accepting crypto. So usually what we do is we create a demo Stripe account with their products. So here I'm going to use Notion as an example, even though it was not Notion and I have never spoken to them. Um, so Notion has a monthly subscription here, different plans. So I usually add the same plans and I add the details for those plans at the price. Then I integrate with our solution, which is very simple. Um, it takes just a couple of minutes. And then I get this pricing page, which I usually show to customers, and I walk them through the experience of doing the checkout. This is great because it helps them to see how the checkout would work, and I can show them in Stripe what happens after the payment and all that. But I thought, it would be cool to see on their page because often they struggle to see how it would visualize in their own page and how would that integration work. Do I need to use your pricing page? Is it customizable and all that? And so to avoid those questions and to help the user to trigger their imagination and visualize how things will be at the end, I decided to modify their web page. And I did that by using coding, but then I couldn't send to them the modified web page for them to play with. And I wanted to do that after the call. So what I did, I looked up a little bit, a few options, and I found this plugin in Figma. So if you don't know Figma, that's okay. It's a design tool, and you don't need to learn really much here. It's very easy to use. The important thing is in Figma, you can install plugins. So you can get an account in Figma, go manage plugins, and that add this HTML to design plugin. So here you can put a URL, and I'm going to use the Notion pricing page and click import. And it is super cool. So it's going to examine the page, get the HTML, and then transform that into design assets, which we can then drag and drop and play around with. So here's what it's doing. Okay, perfect. It's the first time I'm doing this with the Notion page, so let's see how it looks at the end. I can see pretty much it's a very long page, so but it got what we needed, which is mainly the pricing part. So that's what matters. It did fail a few things here, but that's all right. We'll get them out. So it doesn't look perfect, um, but good enough. I see. They have a different page than the one I see. That's probably because I'm in a different country. Huh, interesting. Yeah, cool. So here I can see there's a toggle from monthly to yearly, which I don't see on my page, which makes sense to have that toggle. Um, and it doesn't matter, like if that list is the web page, it's just probably a web page that access from the US where the service is was created instead of where I'm doing from Europe. Which is absolutely fine. So we got the same page, but slightly different. Depending on the website, you're probably going to get something else. But that's not what matters. What matters is we get this page here, and here is all the assets, and we can play around with them without having to know how to code. So what I want to do now is to basically add a few buttons here for this to be a crypto offering two options, a normal checkout and a crypto checkout. So let's do this. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit. So, and I'm gonna use Font Awesome, another website if you guys don't know, which is pretty cool. You can find icons for pretty much everything here. So I'm gonna get a little credit card um, logo. And if you go to Font Awesome, search for icons, and you can go to SVG and copy. And then we're gonna add this guy here. We want this considerably smaller. I'm gonna need a black one and a white one. So I'm gonna keep the black one here for this button. And I'm gonna get a white one here. Let's change the color of this guy. Awesome. So this will be the usual payment method, and I'm gonna get a crypto one. So for crypto, there will be a few options here like Bitcoin. I'm gonna use Ethereum, which is the network that we use for crypto payments. Again, clicking here to copy the SVG. Make sure you're on the SVG tab, and then back to our Figma. What happened here? Okay, just copy and paste. Again, I'm gonna need two versions, a black one, and you don't need to be pixel perfect, just reasonable, just so it looks nice. No one's gonna be analyzing every centimeter here. Uh, okay, is this good enough? Yeah, looks all right. And then let's do the same thing here. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to look nice to help with that little imagination part on the customer side. This is it. So now we have the customer website um, with the credit card and the crypto. And here's the final step. So now what we want to do is create a working prototype mockup. So what I'm going to do here is click on this frame, and I'm going to add an action to it. So I'm going to convert this into, uh, do I need to convert this into a component? Let's see. So prototype interactions. No, I don't have to. So great. On click open link. And then you can click to open on a new tab or the same tab. In this case, I'm going to use a new tab. Oh, and let's get that's for the 8, and then let's get for the 15. Let's get the link here. Okay, interactions. On click, open link. That is it. Cool. So now we have our original customer page with their usual get started plus a crypto option next to it. And let's see how this looks like. Let's do present. And the cool thing here is that, so now we're gonna have a version of the website that looks like their website, much nicer than what we had here, which was this, you know, kind of like generic page. Um, so much easier for them to relate to, much easier for them to imagine how your product's gonna work on their website, and you can send this link to them, and then they can play with it. Of course, they can't do much here. The website's not a fully website working. Nothing that I click will work here except the two buttons that we added. So if they click on any part of the page like I'm doing now, you see a few options for clicking. So if I click, I get the checkout. So this helps me to go do my demo, get the user to imagine what it looks like. So this is a little hack I figured out this week, which I found very useful. And like I said, you can share this prototype with your customer. So anyone with the link, and then you copy the link here, and then anyone even. So if I open an incognito browser, you're gonna see this is gonna work. And then anyone can go and play around with it and click and do the payment. And that's it. So a little hack I had for this week to show you guys. And if you want to see more about this checkout payment, how it works, I'm gonna just quickly show you. If I go to MetaMask now, and that this is for the crypto viewers. Uh, um, Let me change this to Sepolia test network. And so I send this page to the client. They click here. They can now go through the checkout experience. This is for our membership. I'm using an ERC20 token we created in testnet. The customer in our case has to do a pre-approval. So just to give you an idea how this looks like, they choose how long they're going to pre-approve for. Again, this is pulling the colors from the customer brand from Stripe. I'm going to go back to the token that I created. Here, for the demo, the user has to enter their email. That does not need to be the case in the real live implementation. And then if I click on subscribe, this is it. This is all that is needed. And then I can go to Stripe and see the results of it. So now I'm going to have a customer created here. It's our first customer. Great, sending money to myself. Here you're going to see there's a subscription for $8 a month. Um, and and here we're going to have an invoice to be paid and processed in crypto. And then we can see here that now the invoice already flagged as paid, which means the payment went through the blockchain. Here you're going to get the transaction hash for that payment, and you're going to get the link to the blockchain explorer. Let's look at this transaction. So we got here the payment of $8 on a testnet token that we created. It's sending to myself because I'm the merchant and the customer. And that's it. So we saw an end-to-end demo. The customer can play around. We can send this link to them and they can do the checkout, see the experience, see how it reflects on their Stripe account. And this is it. Hopefully you enjoy this little hack using Figma and the HTML to design plugin and a few other tricks here. So if you want to learn more about hacks like this, I'm going to try to post more things here in this channel. And if you're curious about the Stripe to crypto integration, go to boto.io and check out our products there. Cheers. Thank you.